crazy how she just grabs that ball and then rolls her head around. All right, for the tracking, I found that, let's see if I can track the side of my head. I find that if I track my face and then I turn around, it loses the tracking. But if I turn sideways, then it tracks the back of my head and then a portion of my face. So then it's like there's always something that I can see.
Cool. So you set it with yourself sideways. Cool.
Hey, careful, careful. All right, that's a new thing with her wanting to play indoors. Track. All right. I was gonna blow the studio out, but I think I'll pass since I missed that opportunity. I don't know. I feel like we're gonna need both tables, and I've been wanting to clean this table off for a little while to give us some more room. So let me do that real quick.
Okay.
And then we'll start analyzing. No.
Okay, so I'm not gonna log in on my phone then.
Outside. Kick the ball outside.
I'll just wait. Until
You are not a cat. Dogs seem very unaware. Cats seem very aware. Man, I don't know what to do.
How do I fix it if it stopped tracking you?
We'll just set it to one spot. We can just leave it on the table.
Okay, because we're going to be cleaning off the table. Right. How much of this table do you want to access for packing? Move the glazes. It's a good start. Alright, I am gonna sneeze, pardon me. I'm gonna take this into the office. Or you're gonna leave it out here?
Well, we have to pack it up also.
Okay. I'll put it on the shelf. Where can it go to stay pretty? bowl go back to the studio? This pour bowl? I mean, back to the office.
No, it came out of the bin over there, but when I took it out, I couldn't fit it back in.
Okay.
So it just needs to go back.
I'll just put it with the can holders. It's just amazing when the sunlight hits the candle holders and you can see so much color and depth. Should we move these two?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I was thinking? We have those plastic tablecloths in the cabinet in the hall. I could get those out and they could cover the plaster tables. Or we could still wipe off the tables.
Oh, I don't understand what you're saying. What's that?
The plastic wrap would give us an extra layer of like protection on your
What?
pack.
What plastic wrap? You mean saran wrap?
No, like the plastic tablecloths in the wooden cabinet in the hall.
I don't know if that's necessary.
Yeah.
You can drop those next to the vase there. Yeah. Yeah, the DJI's tracking leaves a lot to be desired. I think it tracks by image, and so whenever you go to track, it takes an image of that moment, and then it just tries to follow it. But you know, if you lose all the aspects of the image, it just lets go. And so it's almost like if you can't trust it to follow you, then you can't really use that feature, because if you're out working in clay,
Yeah.
and then the next thing you know, it stops by staring at the ground, you don't even know it.
Right.
These are all still drying. We threw these yesterday. We're going to be trying to trim these up as soon as they're set up a little more. definitely a different algorithm.
Yeah.
And what is
think
this camera is
The
just
max
freaking,
I've seen here is 4.
and this camera just keeps bouncing all over the place. Like it is not even working. I don't even know if there's any glue on
There's
it.
some over here.
Yeah.
I'm just like I like it like that. Okay.
So anyway, we'll just keep working through what we need to do to set up, and we'll just analyze it. And once we get our bearings, we can either, just move forward and packing everything up,
Mm-hmm.
or we can, move
Change
toward like
course.
throwing, try something new,
Okay.
and then come back to it.
Okay.
What's that?
I
How you
was
feel?
trying to get the camera on you
How do you
because
feel?
I am.
And you double click double click it to straighten it out, and then
Pan.
pan.
There you are.
It'd be nice if it could be, you know what? It can be moved from OBS. Watch this.
Oh.
Let's see, go to camera, and you can say configure video. Alright, let's see. Pan.
Yep. Whoa, that was fast.
So yeah.
That's amazing that it can control
It
your
does.
camera.
It does move it very fast, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Tilt.
It just swung right around.
Tilt would be down. And then if you wanted the table, you wanted the word table, then you could
Do that.
do that.
Amazing.
And apply. Okay. So yeah, you just find the camera and then do configure video. Alright. What mic. I don't know if in my mic, or if we just want to bump. No, we should be clear. And check volume. All right, looks good. This is a plaster. This is a plaster bat, and let me make sure that this setting is right, and this setting is right. There we go. All right, so anyways, I took one of these bread pans. I used a bread pan, a full-size baking sheet, and then I filled it with plaster, and I used like a real strong mix. I think it's called Hydrostone, and so it's really strong, really dense, and these things work really good for just making, throwing pieces off the wheel and then just sticking them down. What happens is it gets stuck to the surface, and then as soon as the as the body of the piece is drying in the air, the bat is pulling moisture out of the foot, and it stays stuck until there's just enough moisture out to release it. And once you can release it from the bat, then you know that you can usually move it around without, fingerprinting the sidewalls. And so these are the cups that we threw yesterday. These cups are the ones. Oops. Careful. But these are the cups we threw yesterday, and so they were all just stuck to the bat, and then you just move them around until they let go, and then you know that you can, touch it without sticking it up. So these are really nice wedging and, putting work on. These are drying. I need to make a couple of handles for them. A friend of mine, brother Kevin, I follow some of his stuff, and he makes these small little pieces with intricate detail and intricate work done onto them, often themed around like dinosaurs and animals. Anyways, he made a post today saying, let go of perfectionism, right? And I was in the same place for years, just always struggling with stagnation due to perfectionism. And what got me out of it was coming to the understanding that it is who I am, right? It is my personality. It is a core part of my, of me, and it is what makes my work what it is. And so perfectionism wasn't the problem. It was just that I was applying it to the wrong parts of my life. And so when I came to that, I kind of relaxed with it, and I was just like, I'm a perfectionist. It's what makes my art what it is. And then that gave me the ability, for some reason, to begin letting go of the areas that I don't need to be perfect in, which led us to this live stream, and just saying, you know what, I'm not perfect. My words aren't perfect. I'm going to make lots of mistakes. Just you're gonna make mistakes anytime you do something new, and uh, and so brother Kevin was saying how he was struggling with the perfection, wanting to let go of the perfection, and I was like, no, 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 like that is what makes your work what it is. So if you're a perfectionist, hold on to it, enjoy it, and let it do its thing. All right, so Leela, I just don't think I want to package pots.
Okay.
I don't think,
That's fine.
yeah, I don't feel like I certainly don't want to haul it all out here. And if I clean this table down, it's going to take a long time to dry. And I say we just move forward and make something else. And I think that's why it's so important to find yourself, to know who you are, and life is that journey of discovery. And you can shape your mind, you can shape your body, you can invest in experiences that add to who you are. And I'm always encouraging that. Be comfortable being you, And if you're not comfortable being you, try to figure out how to become comfortable. You know, work on changing who you are until you are comfortable. Because who needs to be uncomfortable in their own body? And if you're not comfortable in your body, then you certainly won't be comfortable in the world.
Yeah, I just watched his video about perfectionism.
Mm-hmm.
I think perfectionism is kind of like a tool, like a secret weapon. You have to know when to utilize your.
Oh, that's good. Yeah. There's a secret, I don't want to say it's a secret weapon, but it is a tool, and it can be used, well, it could be used to create value or hinder value, right? Like every tool can be misused. And perfectionism is just, you know, the desire to micro analyze and to craft, to whatever amount of craftsmanship you want. And the perfectionists have these idealistic, goals that they can't not work toward it. But the problem is that if you apply that to the wrong areas of your life that cannot be perfected,
Right.
then you don't move forward because you're always just fighting this, this unrealistic idea. That's why I was saying for myself, like that's what I am as a perfectionist, and what helped me is coming to the place of accepting that. Just being like, you know what? I am a perfectionist. Why fight it? Mm-hmm. And so allowing myself to have that freedom gave me the ability to let go of the areas that I could not perfect, such as myself. And it's like, to me, my art is perfect, right? Yeah. It's my creation. It's my, it's an extension of my mind. But it's by no means perfect, right? Like each piece has, its own error, its own flaws, its own, could be better, could be thinner, could be better balanced, better shaped, better fired. Um, the difference between a few degrees can change the entire look of the piece, right? Like if you have crystals that are blooming or a matte glaze that blooms, like just going a little bit hotter cancels everything. It wipes everything out, and it's just a clear glaze. And then a few degrees less, and you just get these beautiful cascading blooms. And then even less, and it looks matte and, ordinary. So it's like, you know, there is a range that something can be fired in, and that for maturity, and you can be overfired to the point of damage. And so with everything, there's a range, and you have one kiln with one environment, and there's nuances within that environment. You know, heat could hit a wall in one spot, and it creates like a vortex in one spot, and one pot is sitting in that vortex, and it just gets overfired. And then one right next to it could be shielded, and it could be, you know, 50 degrees cooler, and, you know, be underfired. And so yeah, you know, potters, you know, the elusive kiln, the elusive target, temperature and maturity. Every potter knows, like, you know, you have to surrender your control of that. And the ones that don't, you know, they spend a life of just tweaking the smallest variables to try to control the outcome. And for me, I'm taking the totally opposite approach. In my work, it's about letting go of the control. And when I started doing that, you know, after college, I started to see each piece developing its own personality and character. And so yeah, I think that you can go either way. You know, everybody can craft and create their life, their identity. You can't really craft the identity of yourself for someone else. If you do that, then you just end up in a really bad spot. But if you can just know yourself, know your identity, or craft who you want to be, and you know, and just live with those experiences, I think it'll be always rewarding. All right. All right, so we are just about perfect for cleanliness.
Awesome.
I don't, now that we're live streaming, I don't know if I need to.
Like this is a B. I like this. Be like, be back. Be back.
Be back?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
B.
Oh, are you about to leave?
Like this is a P.
Uh-huh.
And this is.
You're telling, I don't understand what you're saying.
I'm not saying I'm gonna be back.
Oh, you can just say I'm gonna be back.
Okay.
Yeah. You don't need to sign. Yeah, I don't know sign language. All right.
Okay, well,
I think that we're both going to be back because I'm going to pug up some clay, and then maybe we'll sit down and work on something. Yeah. What's that? All right, we are going to switch feet. I didn't really feel like dragging all of my cups out here to start sifting them for shipment, but we went ahead and cleaned up, and we're going to take a quick break, get some clay made, and then we're going to come back and do some wheel throwing, and then we'll trim these once they're prepped and ready. So anyways, take care.